Okay, let's do the ear training of today. We are here. Do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, sol, fa. Hello, Self 5. How are you? Welcome to the stream. What are you practicing? Good. That's nice. You just do it little by little without forcing yourself. I mean, you have to force yourself at some point, but just be careful to not overdo it, right? So you give time to your body to rest, right? But yeah, that's nice. 110 BPM. It's nice. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Still strings have a lot of tension, so it's harder to play with them, right? And your fingernails also get well. It's really hard with steel strings, right? For the nails. Yeah, but nylon is pretty nice. Yeah, exactly. Uh, and it's not just. I mean, the tension is one thing, right? You need more strength, and you get tired faster with steel strings, right? But with nylon strings, it's let's say you were like in the in the Goku chamber, right? Or you had the heavy how is it? Oh, I don't know how it's called in English, right? You just get rid of all the weight, and suddenly it's easier with the nylon strings, right? But yeah, it's nice to see you're getting better at this, right? And I'm just curious. Do you do something to train your ear as well? 150, 160. Yeah, yeah. It's in within reach, especially after changing the strings to nylon. You it's suddenly well. I mean, the change is going to give you more stamina, right? Because you're so used to a different tension, you needed to apply a lot of strength. And then you will see that you can play more more time, faster, suddenly it gets kind of easier in a way, right? But yeah, it's within reach. It's not. Yeah. Oh, I ask if you do something to train your ear as well, because you know, as musicians, we often forget that our the most important thing to train, to develop, to unlock, if you will, is our ear, right? The inner ear, especially if you are going to do improvisation and that kind of things, right? That's what I have been starting with this ear training part, right? But it is I understand it's not for everybody, because not everybody has that is not aware of how important the ear is when you want to play music, right? But yeah, just just that. Yeah, but one thing, I mean, when you, how to say it? Yeah, because you are used to do it in a certain way, right? But then when you use your ear, your inner ear, to do a lot of well, all the music stuff that you want to do, you get a little bit of you understand a lot of things, right? Even if you don't know a lot of how to say it, musical theory, right? Third eye and inner ear. Yeah, that's not something that you're going to develop like in 5 minutes, right? The thing is, the I can give you an example for the other day I was how to say it, checking a score, right? Since I know musical theory as well, and I'm started to train my ear to get it better, right? Because the thing with the ear is it's a daily thing, right? But the what I'm getting at is at the final of this score I was checking, right? I want to play this score, right? Uh, but at the end, it sounded the final the final chords, right? Well, yeah, let's say the final chords for uh, just to put it more clear, right? The final chords sound weird, right? You when I feel or I hear that is not the end, right? And I understand that that happens a lot in a lot of music. They don't have a developed, well developed ear. Not really. What I'm it's hard to explain if I not without going into technical musical theory, right? But there are certain finals in music, right? The final chords that, in order for you or the listener to hear that it is the end, right? And there is nothing coming after that. In music, there is this thing that we know, or we extrapolate from language, right? Like when you're talking, or when you're writing, on when you're reading something, right? There is how do you know, or how do you understand certain words? Well, it is kind of the most basic thing, right? All the grammar, all the punctuation that we see or we hear in when someone is talking to us, or when we are reading something or reading something, there are these things that we call punctuation, right? That gives a proper meaning to the words, or a more it takes away the guessing, right? Because if in a phrase you change the punctuation, you can give it a different meaning, right? So in music, we also have this punctuation, but it is hard to grasp, because you need the knowledge of musical theory, right? You need to know theory and technique and a lot of stuff, right? But yeah, we have that kind of punctuation in music. Yeah, but it is more, sometimes it is more subtle than that, because you can have the right progressions, and that's what I'm getting at. Because this score I was checking, and the one I'm talking about, it has the proper chords for the end, right? But somehow it was done not in a way that you can hear and feel this is the end, right? Or in putting in other words, can be a soft ending, right? Because the chords are right, the progression of the chords, it's okay, right? But there are certain things that in music need to happen in order to get to the tonic, right? And if you start to learn or read about music theory from the, I don't know, 16th century, right? You see, yeah, but in this case, I mean, I know what you mean, but being this score, how to say it, a rendition or an homage to a certain musical period, that the characteristic of that period is certain use of the music in a way that you hear the end, right? You know when it's the end, and you don't get guessing. It is going to happen something next, or it is finished, or can I, like in the audience, like can the audience clap because it is the end? Or so yeah, I understand that that can be done in certain styles, right? That's why I said you need to know theory, but you need to know technique as well, right? And by technique, I mean the technical things. Well, more than expecting, you need to hear this is the end, right? I understand that in certain styles, certain books, for example, can end with a dot dot dot, right? Triple dot, a phrase with triple dot, and that's the end of the book, right? I understand that. But those have certain style. You need certain stylistic way of writing in order to use that. Instead, if you use certain style of writing something that is not into the other style that requires a final dot to know that, well, this is the end, right? Yeah, exactly. So I was hearing this final cadence. In music is called cadence, right? Certain progressions that give you certain that show how the harmonic functions are going through the music, right? We call it cadences, right? But somehow it sounds like a soft cadence, so you don't hear it's the end, right? And yeah, you go and check the technique from the 16th century, for example, and they knew what to do when, okay, you're going to end, you need this and this and this to happen to let the listeners know that this is the end, right? Right, for example, that. So, but certain things need to happen, right? Even if the chords are the right ones, like I don't know, fourth, fifth, and first, right? First degree. Even if those are the proper chords, still you need to hear it as well. And there are certain ways that you can make that progression sound that it didn't end, right? Something is coming after that, right? That's why I talking about technique, right? Because yeah, you need to know the theory, but you also need to know the technique. Yeah, the technical requirements to hear the end, right? And so yeah, some things need to happen to get to the tonic. And in this particular case, I was checking, didn't happen, right? It's not there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But more than different voicings, yeah, it kind of has to do with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because, for example, uh, if you do stepwise resolution to get to the tonic from the for the people to hear, okay, this is the end, right? And in this case, if you end, for example, if this piece is in the Major. Yeah, oh, sorry. It's, I see now. I mean, I'm here, but I see it's at 8. Yeah, I see it at 0. Uh, sure. Are you there? Well, maybe I need to reset the modem because, yeah, I'm not sending anything right now.